I wonder if the skydivers were nude too. That'd be dope.
They're just like flapping around. Gives a new meaning to spread eagle.
Welcome to the Spencer Whiteout podcast. Rated R.
It's like we're avoiding the shark.
No, great turbo neck guy.
I'll give you a kiss. You give me your number.
That checked out a ton, dude. Tell me you felt. We're Americans. We're the ones that are descendants from the 1776 musket-bearing motherfuckers.
Welcome to the Spencer Whiteout podcast, where we collect experiences as badges, memories as treasures, and stories as wealth. Recorded
April 18th, 2021.
This is a segment from 5 years ago, a blast from a nostalgic past. In today's comedy episode, I'm joined by my good friends Luke Reed, Alex Vollmann, and my sister, Tiffany Dawson. We tell funny stories involving the worst kind of cookie, forced worship, urinal skylight, the weeping voter, a bad date, double napkin / double trouble, and a very peculiar beach. I think you know what that means. Let's dive in.
Let's hear about this violin teacher, Luke.
Okay, so when I was younger, I did not know how to talk to adults at all. I was just so nervous all the time. So I went over to my violin teacher's house, and afterward, I was waiting for my mom to come pick me up. And she's like, have some of these cookies here. And she's like trying to be very hospitable to me. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, she's like, take your pick. Which would you like? Would you like these or those? And so I picked these.
Oh, no.
And I took a bite.
Chocolate chip, right?
I thought it was a chocolate chip cookie, but no, it was not. It was oatmeal raisin. Yeah.
At
And
7 years old, that's
That
probably
is
the worst
the
thing.
worst thing that could happen.
Talk about trauma. I started eating it and I was like, oh my gosh, like, what do? I can't like throw it out in front of her. That's like so rude, you know?
'Cause
And
she's
I can't be like,
watching you.
yeah. And I can't be like, this is the wrong type of cookie. I really didn't think that. I'm so sorry. Like I thought that it was chocolate chip, but it's not. And I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude or anything like that, but it's just not my type of cookie.
Fair enough.
You know? And so what I did was I like choose a seat on the other side of the room so she can't see me. And I begin eating the cookie and I pick out the raisins. And instead of throwing them out or anything else, I put them in my pocket and eat the rest of my cookie.
I thought you were going to
And
say
she's
you
like-
stuffed him in the couch or something.
But I put them directly into my pocket, which I think is a little bit worse.
Probably.
Because then they
And
went
so-
through the wash, dude.
Yeah, and my mom is like doing my laundry at the time. She's like, what is this? Why do you have a pocket full of raisins, dude? But yeah, no, so the mom was like,
How is everything? How is that?
and I'm like, it's perfect. It's the best cookie I've ever had.
Dude, and like those
Such a nervous
cookies
kid.
are like shrivelly cookies. Like the oatmeal part,
It's
it doesn't
bumpy.
look right.
Yeah.
And then like the
I know.
raisins are bumpy and shrivelly. It's like
dude, I
an
know.
old person cookie.
I know. Like, I should have.
How could you not have seen this,
I
Luke?
should have known. You're right. I should have known that I wasn't a chocolate chip
But
cookie.
then again, you were
But I was-
coerced. You were coerced.
I know.
Speaking of coerced, dude, you want to talk about the time you were coerced into worship, Luke?
Yes, dude. Okay, so this plays back into the fact that I couldn't like speak up for myself at the time. And so there was this teacher that liked to police worship. Okay.
Mrs. Duke.
Mrs. Duke, dude. And so we go to chapel because I said that we went to a Christian school. And so we had chapel time, like kind of around lunchtime. We would sit down and the band or the kindergarten teacher would go up there and sing praises to the Lord. And we were kind of expected to follow along and stuff. But, you know, if you didn't participate, it's like, it is what it is, right?
Are they wrong? I think they're wrong 100%. Sometimes they're wrong. They were wrong. Sometimes they're wrong. It's the New York Times. They're always wrong.
And so Mrs. Duke was not about that. I was just watching. I wasn't singing or anything like that. But she rolls up to me and she's like,
Why are you not worshiping the Lord right now?
She sees me just like observing. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know the words to this song, so like I don't know." And she goes, "Well, we have the words displayed up on stage for kids like you. And if you don't know it, you can just kind of hum along for a few verses and you will catch on. And you'll be able to sing with the rest of us." Okay, fine. Just complied. But really, I couldn't see at the time. I hadn't gotten prescribed glasses, and so I couldn't see the words that were displayed up there at all, dude. It was just a haze. And so that was like why I was just like, I didn't have a problem with worshiping God. I was just like, I can't see the words. Anything. And so she was like, well, you're going to sing. You're going to sing. So just do it and comply and like, let's get this on. Just do it. And so I was like, okay, fine. And so as she's walking away, she does this like super aggressive, she makes a super aggressive comment about me. And she's like, it just makes me sick how some people sit in chapel and choose not to worship the Lord. Shots fired. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So she literally like guilt trips me into worshiping God at that point.
Oh, you're kidding me.
It's not a good way to compel people to
No, it's not.
do all that.
Urinal skylight.
This is a good one. So at random times we had our high school that was like under construction because they had maintenance and they had things that they were adding on and stuff. And so I'm peeing at the urinal. And I don't know why, but the boys' bathroom had skylights there. For the vibe, I guess. And they had people doing roof work at the time.
Oh, no.
And somebody lifts up the skylight directly above me.
You so happen to look up right at this
Directly
moment.
above me. And I'm peeing at the urinal. And it is this Hispanic gentleman. And I'm like,
Excuse me.
hi. And he looks down, he goes, "Hola." Like, put myself away real quick.
Another high school story, dude.
Another high school story. So one of my first relationships. It didn't go as planned. We didn't vibe. And at some point I was checked out. I know this is the beginning of the end. And so you're close with your pals in high school and stuff, and you tell them everything. And I had told my buddy, Bun, what was going on. I was like, dude, Bun. You know, things were great, but we just don't connect on the same level. You know, we're not getting along. And so I think it's time for me to pull the trigger on this girl. And he's like, man, like that's really tough, but you do what you got to do, man. So I tell him that that's before school even starts.
And you're like, bro, keep it on the DL, you know.
And I'm like, keep it on the DL because I don't know how I'm going to bring it up to her.
Baby,
you know,
we're done.
Don't say anything to anybody. I mean, we live in such we go to school in such a like tight knit community and stuff. Just don't tell anybody, okay, dude? And he's like, oh yeah, like don't even worry about it, man. I got your back. And I'm like, okay, cool, dope. Halfway through the day, the girl that I'm dating at the time, I see her in the back of my class. And she's just weeping. She's just sobbing, crying.'s like, I don't know. And I can't hear everything that's going on. She's like, I don't know. She's like being consoled by her friend.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on with her? What's wrong with her?
What's that
Whatever. So I let her do her thing. And then lunchtime rolls around. I go to the bathroom and Bun follows me in. And he rolls up to me and I was like, oh, just the person I wanted to see. Like, what's going on, dude? Like, what's up with you know who? And he rolls up to me, looks me in the eye. He puts his hands on my shoulders and he sighs. He's like, she knows. I'm like, she knows. What do you mean she knows? Like,
How would
I
she
told
know?
only, how would she know? I told only one person what was going on in my mind about my plans to like pull the trig on this girl. And you're telling me that she knows as if you've got like nothing to do with anything. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, she knows. Well, what happened? What transpired in order to inform her about what was going on? And he's like, okay, fine. He like,
You really had
hoping
to
that I wasn't
force
going to
it.
press the issue on that. And just be
leave
like,
it at
okay,
that.
I guess she knows. Okay, fine. See ya. Well, tell me what happened, dude. And he goes, okay, so she rolled up to me and was like, Luke is acting weird. So is he going to break up with me? Okay, well, like, what'd you say then? And he's like, yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Just yes.
Like, yeah, spot on. He's going to break up with you.
Why?
What? Why would you say that, dude? And he's like, well, I don't know, what was I supposed to say? I'm like, you could have said anything, dude. You could have said,
Or I don't want to talk about it.
yeah, you could have said, I don't want to talk about it. You could
Or
have
like,
said,
I don't know.
Yeah.
if you guys are having problems, that might be a conversation
need
that you
to
want to
ask
have
him.
with Luke.
Yeah.
You know, anything. You could have run away. You could have literally booked it out of there.
Anything,
And yeah,
except
just
for-
like,
yeah.
just fled the scene. But he was like, well, I don't know. She knows. So, and that's pretty much it. I had to break it to her after she had already been knowing. And that was that. So don't tell Bun anything.
Moral of the story.
All right, Tiffany, you got one for us? The weeping
The
voter.
weeping voter. It's not really a story, more just like a little anecdote, but no, I feel like there should be insert like a weeping noises, not. So I used to get some extra cash during the summer, like late high school, I would work the voting booths, you know, because you'd go to like the in-person polls. The polls.
Yeah, I was like, the tolls are on
Not
the
the tolls.
bridges. Free to
Yeah.
pass.
No, the polls. So I would work at the
You
voting
would work the polls
and
for a little extra cash.
Okay, can we not?
The voting polls.
The voting polls. Okay, so it was not worth $70 or whatever it was, $60. I don't know, because it was like a 12-hour day.
Well, that place was a ripoff.
This one lady comes in and she's like crying, like tears are like on her face, and then I'm like, oh, is she okay? The other poll worker, she looks over and she goes, oh, she comes every year, and every year she weeps throughout the whole voting process.
She's in the booth weeping.
And you could like
She's like,
hear
oh,
her.
she does this every year.
And yeah, and she cried throughout the whole process and left. So I have no idea what that was about, but apparently every year she comes and she just cries throughout the whole process.
My mayor.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Could have missed him.
It was just an emotional process or something for her.
She was probably wearing sackcloth.
Ashes on her forehead.
Morning.
Like
That's
Mad Max,
crazy.
dude. Remember that? With the oil on the forehead, dude.
Oh, yeah. Furiosa.
All right, Tiffany's got a story about an amazing first date she went on.
Or not.
Best you ever had.
So this is not really a fun date story. This was a first date of a guy who I actually met on an airplane.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
We'll call him Matt. And I was flying to Colorado to visit my grandparents there. And I was going to be there for a month to do an internship. Then, you know, he got my number and we started talking throughout the month that I was there. And he lived nearby to the airport where I was going to be flying out of to come back home a month later. So I decided to set up a time to hang out to go a day early before I was going to go home after that month. And so then, you know, we're hitting it off great with talking over the phone and everything and like texting. And I thought, okay, this, you know, could go somewhere. We'll see like what happens when we hang out in person. And it was not what I thought it was going to be. So,
Oh, no.
so the end of that month comes and I get into town and we meet up, and I'm not super athletic or into like going on 5-mile runs or anything like that. It's just not really my thing, but it was apparently his thing. So he was super, super active. He had a big husky dog that was really active too. So he would go on like
the breed was a husky, or it was like a fat dog?
No, it was a husky breed.
Okay, gotcha.
So he would have to exercise it. So he would like go on runs with his dog and exercise a ton. And so the day that we met up, he was like, okay, I've got this whole day planned. It's going to be great. We're going to go to the batting cages and we're going to go on a bike ride and then maybe get in a jog after. And I'm thinking, okay, this is not my ideal date here.
For the date?
Yeah.
He didn't run it by you?
Right,
Like,
he didn't even ask.
what do you want to do,
No.
like dinner or like a triathlon?
That sounds like a triathlon.
It was a
Straight up.
triathlon. And there was a motorcycle ride involved too.
Gosh.
So he took me on a motorcycle ride. I'd never been on a motorcycle before. We're going on the freeway 90 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh.
I was like holding on for dear life. And he's like, you don't have to hold on so tight. And I'm like, yes, I do. I'm scared for my life right now. So then the batting cages ended up being closed that we were going to go to. And so then he's like, okay, well, we'll go on the bike ride. He had an extra bicycle that I borrowed, but the seat was like too high. It was like awkward. I was like, I didn't know like how to bring it up and just be like, the height's not quite right. And you know, so
You just
then
wanted to go
he was like,
smoothly.
let's just go. So he starts like riding. So I'm like, okay, I got to like catch up or I'm going to be left behind, you know, but the seat's way too high. So I can like barely reach the pedals. And then he starts going. And then I like full on fall over. The bike falls over, like scrapes my leg. I'm like left in the
booking
dust.
it,
He didn't
dude.
even look back. He didn't know that I had fallen over. So I had to like brush myself off and like get back on the bike.
Try to catch up to him.
I'm not feeling too good at this point. And then
checks out.
we got back to his house, hung out for a bit, and then it was like getting close-ish to dinner time. And I thought, okay, finally this would be the part of the date that I would actually enjoy. You know, we'd sit down at dinner. But no, he starts like checking his watch and being like, okay, well, I actually have to go over to my mom's house for dinner tonight because I get dinner with her every
Sunday
Monday night or
night.
whatever night it was.
Whatever.
What the
Like
heck?
at 7 on the dot, and
You're
I
like,
can't miss that. And I'm like,
Why did
I
you
live-
schedule a date?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm from out of town. This is our one chance to hang out. Why can't you skip dinner this one time? He's like, no, I gotta have dinner with my mom.
Oh, a mama's boy, huh?
Takes me to the meetup point and then gets out of the car and says, all right, well, that was fun. See ya, and gives me a side hug and then leaves.
Game over.
I'm like, what? It was just a complete opposite from the whole month that we've been talking to
The
ending with the side
humiliation
hug.
of a side hug.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's
And a see
just
you later.
disrespectful.
That is major disrespect.
But then after that, I realized how much I missed my friend Jimmy at the time. And then, long story short, we got married. So it ended well.
Rated R.
Whoa.
Dang. I just love how dense he was. He's just like, she'd probably be fine with like going on a 40-mile jog or whatever he took you on.
Flying down the
Just-
freeway, full adrenaline.
I've planned out skydiving for us. Should
And
be
you
fine.
have to go.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next here? I think it's my story.
You,
dude.
bro.
Spencer's got a story.
This is a story that happened recently. It's when I came down to Arizona to visit you, dude.
Dude, legendary trip.
Oh yeah, we're going down to Mill Street and we're going and hanging out at this one restaurant. It's kind of nightlife.
It just occurred to me what happened.
You remember?
what story this is.
Yeah, dude.
Can't
and I
wait.
was thinking, hey, like that waitress is kind of cute. Maybe I should drop a move.
Dude,
on
we're at
her.
a sick bar too. Rooftop. They've got like a bonfire going on. Beautiful bar. Beautiful waitress. And Spencer's feeling daring.
How dare you?
And so I ask her, I say, hey, can I have a napkin, please, and a pen? And she goes, oh, yeah, sure. And then I totally write out this amazing, amazing love letter on there. Like, hey, you know, I hardly ever do this, but I thought you're super cute and I think we'd really get along. You seem super rad, blah, blah, blah.
I never do
I
this.
never do this.
Pure poetry.
And that was the truth, though. That was the thing. That was the truth at the time. I never did that. That was the first time I'd ever written on a napkin and done that. I was like, okay, this works. And so I wrote that napkin, and then I gave it to her. And
Was
then
she
all of a
standing there
sudden-
the whole time that you were writing it?
No, she came back
Just
around.
waiting.
With her hand out.
Anticipating.
Yeah.
Absolutely captivating.
Exactly.
Wow, that's good.
Now, and then I saw another waitress walk by. I guess I got greedy. I was like, I like that waitress too.
Wait, I'm going to need another napkin and another pen from you.
I basically took the napkin and the pen and I wrote the exact same thing to the other waitress because
Just couldn't think of something
the
new.
thing was it was true. The fact that I said I hardly ever do this was still true. 2 times out of my entire life is still considered hardly ever doing this. So I write on the napkin and I give it to the other waitress. And then Luke and we leave and I'm thinking, dude, one of those girls is going to respond to me. Like, I cast my net.
You're just
Yeah.
improving your odds here.
Turns
Like,
out
okay, cool.
I was not improving my odds because then I get a text message, a group message, mind you, with 2 girls and a photo of both napkins next to each other. That's it, dude. And I have the picture of the 2 napkins. They found each other.
I'll leave it up to you 2 girls to figure out who's going to date me.
Fight over me.
Fight till the death to see who's going to take me on a date.
So I don't recommend that, but that did happen. All right, Alex, you got a story about romance. Good.
I do.
That I do.
All right. So, a little bit of context. Me and my wife.
Keep my wife's name.
So, we like to go snorkeling. Usually we go somewhere like San Diego. So, this one year for our anniversary, we go down to San Diego. We're looking for a beach. We find this one. It's kind of by like these cliffs and like people are hang gliding off of it. It's like this whole ordeal.
Thousands upon thousands fly in our skies legally and lawfully every single day, doing all kinds of good things for the public good.
And we see like down below there's a beach, and we see the trail that would lead down to said beach. And it's like the trail to Mordor. It's like super, super long, like all the way down like this huge cliff. And then there are people like just embarking on this journey. Like we see like this, a little older, maybe a little chubbier couple, they're going down, and we're like, well, if they can do it, like we can totally do this. Like we'll be fine. And so, we keep going down, and we finally get to the bottom. And, we were looking out at the whole beach and everything. And I look over, I kind of do a double take because I see the guy, but I'm like, there's something I saw. And I don't know if I saw it or not. I needed to like look back. So I look back, and sure enough, I saw a little more hair than I thought I should have seen down below.
Oh.
What? And I was like, that's probably not right.
No, man, don't worry about it. It's all good.
And so I start like looking back around, and I'm like, I think there are a few more butts out there walking into the waves, and there are people, kind of like just sunbathing, trying not to get the tan lines.
Oh.
And we were like, okay, we are at a nude beach. And so I was like, what the heck are we getting ourselves into? And we're like, well, do you want to stay? And obviously we're like, no, probably not.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, I guess we're hiking again. And so we go back all the way up. And lo and behold, at the start of the whole thing, there is a sign. And it has all the details of like what goes down at this beach and like
the regulations.
Like you probably don't need to wear a shirt or pants or any of that kind of stuff.
Says,
like
no,
if you don't
must.
want to.
You must have everything out.
Right, exactly.
Or you'll be thrown out.
Right. Yeah, so that was the time that we accidentally went to a nude beach.
Wow.
And I saw more than one butt on that anniversary trip.
Wasn't the plan,
It
huh?
was not the plan.
Always read the fine print.
Exactly.
Oh,
Look
man.
for
I wonder,
signs.
I wonder if the skydivers were nude, too. That'd be dope.
They're just like flapping around. Gives a new meaning to spread eagle.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating/review. That would really mean a lot to me. 5 stars is a power play. Be sure to follow the show and connect with me on social medias at Spencer Whiteout to stay up to date. As always, stay tuned, stay hyped. That's a wrap.
Inserting exclusive audio recording from the vault.
So me and my buddy Spencer, we like to kind of screw around with people on the streets and stuff, like
That sounds
like spank bikers as we're going by them, just slap the tush a bit. So Spencer was driving and he sees the opportunity to, I don't know, screw around a little bit. We see this apparently large Chinese woman running up the hill as we're driving down the hill. So he sees her and he slaps me. He hits my thigh. He goes, "Check this out." All right? And he's in the far left lane and she's running up the hill on our side. So obviously she's nearer the far right lane. She's on the sidewalk. All right? And there are 3 lanes, okay? He's in the far left. Just to reiterate. He's in the far left. He hits the gas, slams on the horn, and goes, and she freaks the crap out. She loses it and like nearly dives into a bush. She thought that she was going to die that day. She was in mortal fear of her life. She thought that she was going to get plowed over by Spencer's huge Suburban. Yeah, it was funny. I got really mad, but it's
Remember what you said?
In hindsight.
Remember what you said? You were like, "What the hell, Spencer?" And I was like, "What?"
Jeez. Yep, but it's funny now. Mm-hmm. As I say, hindsight is 20/20 vision, right?
Amen.
And that's it.